Good morning, students. Sairam. Let us do the next part of EVS 1, lesson number 15, My District, My State. Children, in today's video, we are going to learn about the different languages spoken in Maharashtra and about the different festivals we celebrate throughout the year. So, let us study. Let us start with new words. First word is fertilizers, fertilizers. What are fertilizers? Fertilizers are medicines which are used to spray on the crops to prevent them from getting, getting harm from insects or some disease. So fertilizers protect the crop from diseases or from germs or from various animals which eat the crops. So fertilizers are medicines to crops. Second one is sparingly, sparingly. Sparingly means in limited quantity, in small amount. Okay, so if I say that I use, suppose I say I eat chocolate sparingly, means I eat chocolate sometimes, not every day. So in limited quantity. Okay. Third one is organic, organic. Now, organic is something made from nature or natural. Now, fertilizers are organic also, and there are chemical fertilizers also. So, organic fertilizers are made naturally and they are natural. They do not contain any kind of chemicals in it. So, organic means natural, okay, made from natural things. Fourth one is pronunciation, pronunciation. Pronunciation is the way you speak, the way you pronounce each word is called pronunciation. Okay, when you speak, you pronounce words, so that is pronunciation. And the last one is dialects, dialects. Dialects are the various types of languages which we speak. Okay, so are you clear with all the new words? Now let us start. Now, chemical fertilizers. The use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides to increase the yield of crops has risen. So, farmers use chemical fertilizers on a large scale, okay, to prevent the crop from getting damaged. However, this results in greater soil pollution. And what happens when we use chemical fertilizers in large quantity or large amount? The soil gets damaged. The soil loses its nutrient value, okay, and it becomes damaged. So that is why we should use chemical fertilizers sparingly. Sparingly means we should use them in limited quantity or in less quantity, because it is, though it is protecting the crop, but it is spoiling the nutrients of the soil, it is damaging the soil. And if the soil becomes damaged, we cannot grow crops on that soil again. So what is the use of that soil and what is the use of that land? So that is why we should limit the use of chemical fertilizers. Organic fertilizers should be used more. Yes, anything made of nature or anything which is natural is always good for us and also for the surrounding. It does not have any bad effect on that particular thing. So instead of using chemical fertilizers, we should use organic fertilizers which are made naturally. Okay, in this way we will be able to prevent harm to the environment. Yes, children. And if we use organic fertilizers more, and if the farmers make the use of organic fertilizers more, then it will not harm the soil, it will not damage the soil, and we will protect, in short, we will protect the environment. We will not let the environment harm. Okay, we will not harm the environment in any way. So anything which is natural, always prefer that first instead of using chemical things. Chemical things give fast result. They also do the same thing what or natural things do, but natural may take sometimes more time to show effect. but it is always safe. It is always safe. Now we'll move on to language and dialects. Before that, you should know that our Maharashtra state, we live in a state and the state's name is Maharashtra. So Maharashtra state was formed on 1st May 1960. A very important thing for you to remember. Our state was formed on 1st May in the year 1960. States in India have been formed on the basis of language. Okay, so India has a states in it, and the states, how they have formed, they have formed on the basis of language we speak. See, if we take India, if you go to the northern side, you find Hindis more. Okay, the use of Hindi language is more and it has versions. Okay, if you go to the southern side, that is the south side, you find, you know, Kerala, like Malayalam language. Okay, or you can say South Indian languages like Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada. These languages are more in southern side. Okay, and if you go to Maharashtra, like western side, okay, western central side, you find Marathi there. That is, Maharashtra lies in western central part, so you find Marathi language there, and Marathi also has sub languages in it. Okay, so Marathi is the state language of Maharashtra. Very, very important. What is the state language of Maharashtra? Marathi. Which language? Marathi. In Maharashtra, there is similarity as well as diversity in languages. Though different types of people, you know, different castes, different traditions, people stay together in Maharashtra, but there are some similarities also, but there are some differences in languages. What is that? We will see. The pronunciation of Marathi varies in different regions. See, Marathi language also has, you know, types in it, and it the way the pronounce each word is different from different regions. We see a variety in the dialects that are spoken. Dialects mean different kind of languages. We should welcome this diversity. And though you don't know that language, or you feel it is something, you know, which is you have heard for the first time, you should always try to learn new languages. It is always good for you. Now see this table here. Regions are given on one side and their dialects, means the pronunciation of these language, or you can say the type of language spoken in the particular region is given. Now first one is Konkan region. Okay, Konkan region lies in Maharashtra, and the dialects, the languages spoken in Konkan regions are Konkani and Malwani. These two types of languages are spoken in Konkan region. Okay, now if you go to Vidarbha, second one is Vidarbha. So there the language spoken is Varhadi. Okay, in Vidarbha region the language spoken is Varhadi. And third one is Khandesh. Okay, if you go to Khandeshi region, there the language spoken is Ahirani or Khandeshi. It is also known as Khandeshi, and the other word for Khandeshi is Ahirani. So this is Marathi language, but new, you know, types of Marathi language spoken in different regions of Maharashtra. Is that clear? So this you should know very, very carefully. Means the table is very important for you. It can be asked in fill in the blanks, true or false, match the following. So very, very important for you to learn that Konkani, in Konkan region, dash languages are spoken. Dash and dash languages are spoken. So what you'll write? Konkani and Malwani. Okay. Now if I ask you true or false, in Vidarbha region, Ahirani language is spoken. Is it true or is it false? It is definitely false, because in Vidarbha, Varhadi language is spoken. So like that, this table is very, very important for you to learn. Okay. Now let us move on to the festivals celebrated in our state. We find variety in the festivals of our state according to different traditions. See, different caste people stay together in Maharashtra. There are Muslims, there are Christians, there are Parsis, there are Punjabis, there are Gujaratis. So these people have different festivals, and we celebrate, we welcome, we enjoy each festival. Yes or no? Everyone celebrates Diwali. Now it is not like that only Hindu celebrates Diwali, Muslims celebrate Eid. No, we all celebrate all the festivals very happily. Okay, everyone celebrates Diwali, Dasara, Christmas, Eid, etc. These are the few festivals given here. See, this is Diwali, then this is Christmas, Eid, okay, Holi. So especially in the Konkan region, festivals such as Narali Purnima, Holi, and Ganesh festival, sorry, Ganesh festival are mainly celebrated. So in the Konkan region of Maharashtra, which are the three main festivals which are celebrated? Narali Purnima, Holi, and the Ganesh festival. Now, Narali Purnima is a festival especially celebrated by the fishermen and fisherwomen. Why do they celebrate this? They offer, coconut to the sea, because see, their main occupation is fishing. Their livelihood depends on fishing. Yes or no? So when after the rainy season is over, they they worship the sea by offering a coconut to it. They do puja to calm the sea, because during rainy season they don't go in the sea and they do fishing because it is very very dangerous. Lot of rain, plenty of water, so they don't do fishing during rainy season. But after, as the rainy season comes to an end, it is a way to calm the sea, to tell the sea that now you calm yourself. Let us carry on our fishing. Let us carry on our livelihood. Yes or no? So it is a way to it is the way to calm the sea. It is like that. The story behind Narali Purnima is like that. They offer coconut, they do puja, and they say that the sea to calm down so that they can carry on their fishing activity. Okay, and it is celebrated by the fishermen and fisherwomen. Okay, Holi, you all know, it is a festival of colors. And Ganesh festival, we everybody enjoy during Ganesh festival. We like to see the huge idols of Lord Ganesha everywhere. We worship Ganesha with lot of enthusiasm by offering Lord Ganesha modaks, by offering him different kinds of sweets, by singing songs, by praising him as much as we can. So we all enjoy all the festivals very very happily. Now see, this is Narali Purnima. Can you see the photo of a ship, sea, especially coconut is given. So they offer coconut to the sea by telling the sea to calm down. Means during rainy season the waves, high tides are there. The sea gets very very rough. So it is a way of calming the sea, to tell the sea that now you calm down, let us carry on our fishing activity. Okay, this is Ganesh Chaturthi festival. Okay, you all must be going and visiting various idols of Lord Ganesha at various places, and we enjoy that. Yes or no? To see the huge idols of Lord Ganesha. So, and in the plateau region, people celebrate festivals like Dasara, Diwali, and Bail Pola on a large scale. Now, Dasara, we all know, it is celebrated after 9 days of fast is there, and it is especially celebrated in Kolkata region. It is celebrated with great enthusiasm. Here also we celebrate it, but in Kolkata region it has a specific priority, or you can say it has a very meaningful way of celebrating Dasra. Then Diwali, we all know, it is festival of lights. And then Bail Pola, which is celebrated to during that day the bullock is given rest. So see, they help in the farm work, they help in the field work, they do lot of hard work in the fields. So it is a way of giving him one day holiday by decorating him, by giving him nice things to eat. So in this way Bail Pola is celebrated. Is that clear? See, this is Bailpola. They have decorated the bullock very very nicely. They have colored it, they have colored the horns, they have worn some nice clothes on it, and they are removing a rally of it, like, you know, procession. They play music and a procession of these bullocks is taken in the village. And during this day they are given rest, they are not taken in the fields to do any work, and they have been giving, they offer puran poli also to eat to the bullocks. So this is a way of worshipping the bullock, because it also helps, it does a lot of work in the field by helping the farmer a lot. Okay, so it is a way of worshipping it and saying thank you. Okay, and apart from the festivals, we have national festivals too, okay, which we celebrate every year. Which are those? We celebrate our national festivals like 15 August and 26 January all over the country with great enthusiasm. These 2 days, now 26 January is soon going to arrive, so 15 August and 26 January is our national festivals, and it is celebrated all over the country by everyone with great enthusiasm. See, this is Independence Day, or you can Republic Day. What do we do on these national festivals? We hoist our flag, we, you know, sing songs, we say Janagana Mana national anthem, we remember our brave soldiers, we remember the great martyrs who have died for the country, for the sake of giving us freedom. So on this day it is very very special for us, and not only for us but all the people all over the country. So apart from the other festivals, these are the two national festivals which are celebrated all over the country. Is that clear? Now what did we learned in today's video? First, we saw about the state language, that is Marathi is the main state language or the official language of Maharashtra, and its different dialects. Dialects we saw in Konkan region, Konkani and Malwani is spoken. In Vidarbha region, Varhadi is spoken, and in Khandesh region, Khandeshi or Ahirani is spoken. Those are the dialects which we saw. And next one, we saw about the variety in celebrations and festivals. How do we celebrate various types of festivals? By various traditions and customs. We all have different ways of celebrating festivals. Yes or no? And each festival has a story, and, you know, it reminds us of something. So each festival is celebrated for a particular purpose, and we celebrated it with great enthusiasm. And not only the festivals but also our national festivals like 15th August, that is Independence Day, and Republic Day is also celebrated all over the country with great enthusiasm. So have you understood, children, what I have taught you in today's video? Thank you, children, for listening to me carefully. Goodbye. Take care.